Hey everyone, I'm going to do another quick video here, something a little different. I've gotten a positive response to some of my videos, so I want to talk about something that's not necessarily a technique or how to do something, but how polishing works really simply with taking a lot of the technical stuff out of it, and how paint works and what we're actually doing when we're talking about polishing and removing swirls and stuff like that. And I'm going to try to do it in a really neat way here with a dessert. It's a perfect thing to actually demonstrate this with because your paint has layers, your car paint is layered, and this dessert is layered. So I'm going to get started. I'll show you the dessert here. So what we have here is a layered dessert. We got some topping, whipped cream topping. We have chocolate pudding, and then we have this other whipped topping, and then we have the cake on the bottom. So basically we have car paint. Let's say we have, clear coat, represented by the white topping. Then here we have chocolate pudding, which represents our black car paint. And then underneath we have some primer. And then on the bottom we have our panel, which let's say is our hood. So basically we can smooth it out here and say, all right, well, this is our paint, from the factory. It's a little messy. Actually did another take of this already, so that's why it's not perfect. But hey, paint's not perfect, right? So then we take our dirty rag or our auto wash that some dirty car went through, or just, general wear and tear for a car over a lifespan. And we're going to introduce some swirling and scratching. Great. Now what do we do? Well, lucky for you, or if you know how, or if you want a professional to do it, you can take our polishing pad here, represented by our knife, and we can, turn the machine on, here we go, and smooth it out. And there we go. It's back to a smooth, fairly level surface, which by removing those defects, we get the nice reflections because there isn't all the swirling to refract light in a million different directions. So we just have one solid reflection. And this is also a great representation because see how I've pulled off the topping? That's exactly what happens when we polish. You're actually removing micro layers of clear. And that's why you can only do it so many times. It gets to a point where it's not even worth it anymore. Because if you damage your clear, then you need a new clear coat. And that will cost a lot more money than just leaving it the way it is. So if we introduce a deeper cut, this might get a little messy, I apologize. We introduce a deeper cut. Oh, here we go. We can see the cut has now gone into the paint. We can still do our polishing. Look, we've polished it, and it looks a little better. We could still see the cut in there, but it is better. We can only do so much with this. These are our RIDs, random isolated deep scratches. So once we've pulled all our swirls off, we might see a deeper scratch in there. And as I said, we could try to move it, but we're just going to keep taking off layer and layer of clear until we're left with nothing. And then all that, you're not going to have a shiny reflection because you don't have anything there for shining. And then obviously if we cut all the way through, obviously you're not cutting your hood in half, but if I do this, then the scratch is, way too deep. It might lighten a little if you polish over it, obviously if you're doing the rest of the car, but that scratch will always be there. You could touch it up, but to get it back to perfect, you really just have to get the panel repainted. So in a nutshell, that's really what polishing is doing. You can see we just have different layers, and polishing, when you use your pad in combination with your product, you're essentially using microscopic sandpaper to level and smooth the surface of your paint, of your clear coat, to remove the defects that are also very, very small unless they're deep scratches. So I hope this video was informative. This is just a non-technical way to look at it. I know, I'm not big on technical stuff. Stuff like this is so much more helpful for me in learning anything. I think a lot of people are like me, and I just want to try to help people and stuff to make the community better, the detailing community better, and just explain what I do better. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer anything. And thanks for watching.